Hi, it's me Borsa Paudil. For my fact sheet 2, I'm going to read this book. It's called Lip and the Flap, Question and Answer about the recycling and the rubbish. It is about where does the rubbish go and what can be recycled, or how does the recycling work, like that. It was written by the Katie Dianis and illustrated by Peter Donnelly. This one. Let's start. Rubbish and the recycle. You want to know what rubbish means? What is rubbish? Rubbish is anything that you throw away because you no longer want it or need it. But one person rubbish can be another person treasure. Often things get wasted when they could be used again. Wow. And where does the rubbish come from? You want to see? People and all our rubbish started off as things from the nature known as the raw materials. Wood, paper and the card were all once tree, and all food comes from plant or animal. Metals, rock are the dug from the ground, and the plastic is made of all oil or gas taken from the underground. We make, buy and use things, then throw them away. And what is recycling? You want to know what is recycling? It is taking rubbish and recovering the materials it made from so it can be turned into something new. Recycling is better than using more raw materials, but unfortunately not all the rubbish can be recycled. How much of our rubbish can be recycled? Around 75% could be recycled, but most countries are not going enough to make this happen. This leaves only quarter 25% that should go in the general waste. Collecting rubbish. Who empties our bin? In many countries, especially in the town cities, there are waste collection service. You want to see the truck? Here. And where did rubbish start being collected? 200 or 300 years ago, when more people started living and working in cities, their wastes began to pile up and it polluted the street and made people ill. So city leaders ordered it to be collected by the horse and the cart and dumped in the countryside. What did people do before bins? For thousands of years, the people didn't need bin and they didn't make much rubbish. There were fewer people's plastic packaging were not invented. Any waste was either eaten by animals or returned to the soil. What is the boat doing? You want to see what boat is doing here? It collecting rubbish from the river. It makes the river cleaner and stops rubbish from the floating on into the sea. And what are you throwing onto the street? Look what he's throwing in the street. The content of my toilet pot. In the past, there was a stinky problem with the toilet waste. Nowadays, most buildings have pipes to take it out from the house and underground into the big drain called a sewer. Which bin should these things goes in? In the green bin, the recycling bin, lot of plastic can be recycled, especially plastic bottles, metals, and can be recycled again and forever. And in general waste, polystyrene is a type of plastic, but it is the only one hardest to recycle. What does rubbish truck work? How does the rubbish truck work? Bins are clipped onto the back part and the hopper or hinge lift the bin off over so rubbish falls out into the truck. Getting rid of the rubbish. You want to know how we can get getting rid of the rubbish. How quickly can these things get rotten? You wanna know how much long banana takes to get rotten away? 3 weeks for longer in the cold weather. They provide useful nutrients that help plant growth. You want to know about the glass bottle? Or millions of years. Oh, that's so long. And about the aluminum can, it takes about like 200 years. Oh. And about a disposable nappy or plastic bottle, this all contains plastic will never get rotten away. Over hundreds of years it will be gradually break down into the tiny piece called microplastic. You want to know what's happened to the litter? Some rolls down onto the soils, but most litter is here to stay. It is dangerous to animals and plants. It washes and drain can block them. And our landfill sites just dig holes in the ground. Yeah, they used to be. Now they are carefully prepared and looked after. The first, the hole is linked with the plastic. Then the rubbish is added in the blocks called the cells. Each one is quickly covered. And why do people drop litter? Let's see. Good question. Why would anyone want to make a place look so ugly and cause harm to plants and animals? Maybe they are just lazy, or maybe they don't think throughout their action. Maybe it can be, yeah. And you want to know how recycling works? Where does our recycling go? You want to say? Mixed recycling goes to a certain center, then each type of materials is taken onto the recycling plants. And you want to know what happened to our papers and glass? For glass, first the glass is sorted by the color, washed and then crushed. And for paper, it recycled into the more paper or the cardboard, first washed, then mixed with the water from the slurry, then rolled out into the thin sheet. And how many times can these things to be recycled? You want to know about the glass? It takes infinity. You can recycle glass again and again and again. That's great, right? And only about paper, only around 5 times, but then it can be turned into the compost. And about metals, it's also infinity. You can just keep on recycling aluminum and the iron. And about the plastic, only up to 10 times. Each time the plastic loses the quality. And what else we can recycle? Can clothes can be recycled? Let's see. Yes, they are. They are in a good condition. They can be resold, given to the friend or donation. What about what should you do with old gadgets and the batteries? Don't just throw them away. They contain useful metals and harmful chemicals. Many recycling centers have the section for the small electrics. And do animals ever recycle things? Oh, can you see earthworm over here? And octopus. You want to know about the tiger worm? Tiger worm can turn food into the garden, waste into the compost by eating it and popping out a rich and kind of soils. What about octopus? This octopus is making a shelter out of a nature leftover and the cracked coconut shell. And And how cool these things can be reused? You want to know about wooden plastic? It can be made into the furniture. Oh. And how can we use broken crayons? Can be made into the candle. And about the nylon melt knitting, can be scrunched and swept by after a makeup body scrubber. Wow, that's also a nice idea, isn't it? And what about a food leftover? If you have simply made after the food, try using it on and meal the next day. And fruits and vegetable skin can go into the home compost bin to make a can go into the home compost bin to make compost. It's like a rich soil. And making less rubbish. What can we do to make less rubbish? You want to know? Is what I'm throwing away really rubbish? That's a great question to ask yourself every time you throw something away. And what does disposable means? It describes things that are meant to be thrown away after you have used them. Avoid buying disposable things and you will be instantly make less rubbish. And how can we cut down onto the plastic bottle? Don't buy in the first place. Buy a reusable bottle that you can fill again and again. And how can you make a packed lunch no waste? Here are some ideas: pasta, casserole, rice, salad, rolls or sandwich wrapped in a reusable clothes. And do I really need more stuff like toys? Often we buy things then use only them once or twice. An easy way to make less rubbish is to buy less in the first place. You can borrow the things. There might even be a toys library nearby you. Can we buy things without a packaging? Can we? You want to know? Yes, many items don't need packaging. Take your own bag when you go shopping and buy loose items. More and more plastic. More places now let you things your own container to fill up. Wow. Do you know the world makes so much rubbish each year, and also making one aluminium can from the scratch takes the same energy as making 20 recycling can. Oh, is everyone in the USA recycling their newspaper? 200 million trees will be saved. Wow. And 88 million tons of rubbish goes into our oceans every year. Oh, isn't that too much? There's a lot of rubbish, the same in the weight and the 1000 plants. Did you enjoy the lip and the flap questions and the answer about the recycling and the rubbish? Hope you like it. Thank you.